Hi. Hi, my name is Jason Lay. I'm a teacher at Vaughan Secondary School, and I'm here to present to you basically my topic, which is today increasing student engagement in the classroom. And basically, I'm going to go through a program or an app called Knowledgehook Game Show. So I have a slide presentation and I'm going to open it up now and we're going to start. Okay, so this is my slide presentation and just some contact information. My Twitter handle is at jlay02. So we're going to have a question and answer session at the end. So contact me through this Twitter handle. The other way you can reach me is through my email address, jason.ch.lay@google.com. So let's go through what the agenda is for today. First, I'm going to talk about what the benefits of gamification in classroom. Then I'm going to go through Knowledge Hook Game Show. Actually, it should be grades 2 to 10. The benefits, how it works, and then we're actually going to play a game and we're going to set up an actual knowledge game show. And then I'll see if there's any questions and questions at the end, and we'll conduct it through Twitter. So that's at JLay, JLAY at JLay02. Okay, so what are the benefits of gamification in learning in the classroom? So let's go through benefit number one I want to go through is that it boosts enthusiasm towards math. The gamification classroom, it helps give students a more positive attitude towards mathematics in general. A lot of students who study math, they have math anxiety, math because all they think about is basically thinking of math as routine, as tests, mainly not fun. So it's what's great about gamification is it makes math fun. Benefit number two, it lessens disruptive behavior. In gamification in the classroom, is especially helpful for disruptive students. Games geared towards helping students control their breathing and heart rate had a big impact on helping improve their behavior in the classroom. And that's what I see in my classroom. Students who normally tend to be more active, when they're playing a game, they're really engaged. And because they are engaged in a classroom, then they're less likely to have. Benefit number three, it increases cognitive growth. So students, they show significant cognitive growth when they are tasked with creating their own video game environment. It forces students to use logic to develop a video game. And that's what I find. One thing I try to do when I do assignments, whatever game own Kahoot, having students create their own Quizlet. and that's going to help the students increase their cognitive growth. Next benefit is mature make-believe encourages growth and development. So play-based learning encourages a high level of growth and maturity with learning environment. It gives students an opportunity to grow in a sustainable and meaningful way. So the key point or the takeaway I want you to get to from this is that it's one of the goals is we want our students to become more mature. Um, Learning has to be more meaningful, and gamification helps accomplish these goals. Game-centric learning also improves attention span. So a study has shown that it, improves attention span of students who are struggling within the classroom environment. Gamification it boosts a teacher's confidence in a child's ability to participate and learn independently. And gamification also helps teachers develop a stronger relationship with the students in the class. And so what I find is when students they're enjoying your class, they're engaged with your class, it's really helps with the relationship because they respect you more and they are looking forward to your class. So that builds the bond between you and the student. So let's start and go through Knowledgehook. So what does Knowledgehook do? It empowers teachers and inspires students in math. And what's really good is that it's built for math teachers. So it has ready-made content that is curriculum aligned. So the program it's built in Kitchener Waterloo. So it has Ontario curriculum expectations, which is great. The other thing is it also has aligned with curriculum in the US too. It's a flexible and powerful tool for diagnostic consolidation, practice, and review. So what I do is in my classroom, I use it for different purposes. When I'm teaching students in the beginning of the unit, I want to see where their learning is at. And at the end, I want to uh, basically bring together all their learning. And when I have a test coming up, I'll use Knowledgehook again, just so that they can practice and review for the test. It also allows me to gauge and track their understanding at different times of the year. What I really like about Knowledgehook is the analytics component, so I can always see where they are in terms of their learning. It's very easy to set up and get started, and we're going to do that together because the best way to do is learning by doing. And so with the topic of student engagement, it's designed for that characteristic. It's a gamified practice, and students, they're incentivized by badges and leveling up, which basically reinforces a growth mindset. So what I find is students, they will follow and see um, how they are doing in terms of getting their badges, and it motivates them to keep trying. It's a web-based quiz game for the math class that feels more like a game than math review. So it's really important that students enjoy the review that they're doing in class, and they do that. They do ask, "Oh, can we do Knowledgehook Game Show in the class?" Uh, Students earn real medals and class pennants get shipped to your school. So that's if you go ahead and get the premium version, you actually get pennants and medals. And I can just tell you how excited my students were. There's something called a half marathon and a full marathon. the students who did a full marathon, they were so excited when I presented them with a medal, and they were so proud of it. What I also like about Knowledgehook Game Show is the visual manipulatives. And so, I mean, so many of our students are visual learners. It supports strong pedagogy, and and that's why it's designed by math teachers, because it includes what the latest is in terms of education. It's built to support teacher-led classroom discussion, so it's not designed to replace us as teachers. We are basically the ones that lead the classroom. And what's important is it's very important that we continue to build a community of learners and really get their parents involved, because studies have shown that students with involved parents tend to do much better in school. And this is a tool that can help parents, because a lot of them have math anxiety themselves. And so when they have the support with Knowledgehook Game Show, they're more confident in working with their kids, helping them with their math. It can also capture student thinking, provide feedback. So students, they can actually take a picture of the work they do and post it right in the game. And there is, for the premium version, remediation activities delivered to your inbox. And this is basically to help with the issue of gaps in their knowledge and help eliminate these gaps that students have. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're actually going to play a game show. I will log in as a teacher and start the game show and follow the on-screen instructions. I want you to join and actually um, play as a student. So that's add a class. So you can see what I do as a teacher, how to add a class. And we're going to do the regular version. So why don't we do a grade 5 class? And the class name is Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? And let's do the full year. So let's add the class. So what you can see is it's tied into the grade 5 curriculum expectation. So you have the different strands. You have number sense, you have measurement, geometry and spatial sense, patterning and algebra, and data management and probability. So we're just going to do a very short one so we can just demonstrate the game itself. So that's read and print in words whole numbers to 10,000 using meaningful. So let's press play. And then what I do as a teacher, I click invite students. So what happens is students, they go to kmath.com/join. So we're going to do that now. And so you just go in type that in your browser, or you can actually use a phone. Many students, they use their phone when they're joining. And then what you're going to see is you're going to see a screen saying Knowledgehook students. It asks you to enter a class code. So the class code is FLIP flip and then 3752. And then you click enter. And then so if you don't have an account already, which you don't, you click plus create account. You type in your first name, and then you type in your last initial. And then it's going to ask you to click continue. And then you just make up a password. And then what you're going to do, there's 6 avatars. So you're going to choose one of the 6 avatars and then click join. Okay, and then what you see is the students' initials and then their ID shows up there. And I'll just wait a couple minutes, see if anybody else wants to join, and then we're going to actually go on and play Knowledgehook Game Show. So we'll just wait another minute, and then we're going to actually play, and then you can see how Knowledgehook Game Show, how it works. Okay, so let's click play. Okay, so question number 1. The attendance at a university football game was 6,357. Enter the numerical form of this number. And and so the student submits it, and the student did well, got it right. So we'll go on. And actually, students, they love this image of Brad Pitt dancing. Hashtag class win. So let's go on to the next question. Which number is closest to the population of 8,062 people? And so there's 4 choices. So the 4 choices are 8,070, 8,000, 9,000, 8,100. So you can see we're still waiting for the students to answer. Okay, so the student got it right. And then we will go on and have the last question. And what you can see is it's authentic. So it's actually using a real Blue Jay game. So when the Blue Jays played against the Devil Rays, the average attendance at the game is 9,048. What is the number rounded to the nearest thousand? Okay, so the teacher would click finish game. So what happens is, say that I found a lot of the students, they had prompts with this question. What I would do is I would explain, go through the solution, and answer any questions that the students had. If I found that the students, they were all getting it right, I would just go on to the next question. And then students, they can um, type whatever feedback they have. I learned a lot. I learned a lot. And they like it and done. Okay. And as I mentioned earlier, what I really like about Knowledgehook Game Show is the analytics. Here it gives a date, it gives like the strands, what's covered in terms of curriculum, and it will list all the students and how well they perform. And so it gives a report. So I could see the students, like how they're doing in terms of all the different game shows that they played. And then I could see down here um, how many game shows and then what strands that they're covering. And I just want to show you one of my actual classes. This is a grade 9 applied math class. And you can see how engaged the students were. We use the activities quite a bit. And the student here um, actually got a full marathon. So I awarded him a medal at the end, and he was really excited um, by his achievement. Okay, so now it's that I've gone through Knowledgehook Game Show. Now it's time for you to get started, for you to go to www.khmath.com and for you to register as a teacher, add a class, and schedule a game show for your class. If you have any questions, let me know. So my Twitter handle is at jlay02. So I'll be here if there are any questions. And I'm live on my Twitter feed right now. So if you have any questions, I'll answer any questions that you have. So, one place you can look for resources is knowledgehook.com/resources. And there's also premium access, the ability to differentiate to individuals or groups, videos, hints, and work examples for self-directed learning and scaffolding, clear goals and visual progress with real awards, easy for teachers to use. So I went ahead and I got the premium access. And what it allowed me to do was assign missions. And so students would have homework to that they could do at home. And then it would provide me with diagnostic sheets based on how well they did that I would be able to give students for extra help or, I mean, extra questions to deal with the gaps in their knowledge. So actually, let's skip this section. So again, my contact information, my Twitter handle is jlay02. Email address is jason.ch.lay@google.com. And here's my website that I have, my personal website. The other thing is, let me give you the bit.ly for this presentation. So the bit.ly for this presentation is bit.ly, so bit.ly dot, /2, capital F O, small k, small v, small b, and capital Q. So if you want a copy of these slides, of my slide deck, go to the bit.ly right here. Okay, and thank you so much for joining my presentation today. And I, you know, hope to be in contact with you if you have any questions by Twitter. And last thing is I'd like to especially thank Derek and Pete for organizing MADPD and giving me this opportunity to present. And biggest thanks is to you for taking your time on a busy Sunday to watch this presentation.